Welcome back, kings and queens, to another Market Open Live. If you're watching the replay, thank you for joining us. My hair looks a little crazy. I completely forgot to do that part. But anyway, we're going to be looking at some news, and we're going to be looking at the charts also. Let's get looking at what the market is doing right now first. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so my account currently is at $184.33, and we started at $150 initially. Let's see, Tesla right now is at 908. They do have their split coming up on the 24th. I did sell my workhorse, but it did come up since then. Probably should have held a little longer, but that's okay. All right, let's look at UEC a little bit closer. Okay, so far in the minute, it had a cross as soon as we opened up. Looks like there's some volume to support it. Let's see what else we got going on. I don't plan on selling any of that just yet. Let me see, actually, hold on. Because that is getting a little closer to that point. Let's back out a bit. Look at the 30-minute. Hit the cross yesterday. Look at the hour. Hit it a couple of days ago. Maybe this is a good point to sell a little bit. It hasn't hit it on the day yet, and it looks like I made new lines the other day, and we're still within those lines. Let's extend those a little bit without messing them up, which I might have just done. That looks kind of straight, right? Oh well. We'll just leave it as it is for now. Okay. Let's go back into the minute. Alright, it's turning up just a little bit. We'll keep our eye on that throughout the stream. Okay, let's see what we do have positions in. I know it's UEC, yep, and Verizon also. So Verizon, let's take a look at that real quick. We did sell our Starbucks. Obviously, you can see we would have made a little bit more money if we held on to it. But, you know, I went with my gut feeling. I sold when I saw the chart was turning down. I still made, I think, like only 75 cents on it. But either way, I was holding on to that for a very long time. And I'm not 100% confident that the market is strong yet. So let's look at Verizon real quick. Okay, alright. We hit a cross in the pre-market. Looks like it tapped it a little bit on the MACD, but we're coming back up. There's not a lot of volume to support it though. Let's back out on this. I mean, it could be making an upward channel. Yeah, you know, it's worth holding still. I'm not in profit yet, or right now, I should say. But I could see myself being in profit very soon on this. All right. Ooh. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. So that's what I have invested in right now. Let's take a look at Tesla's chart just out of curiosity, because they do have their split coming up on the 24th. Looks like a lot of people are liking that. Man, it is booming. Let's see what they look like on the day. Alright, and then let's back out on the week, which this would take the split into consideration. Can't remember when that happened. I wish I did off the top of my head. But I think it was around here somewhere. So we'll see what happens after that split, and if we're going to come up booming from there, or if it'll just be kind of a nice little swing. All right, Virgin Galactic. Oh, forgot to open that up. We are coming back up. We're showing a little bit of strength on Virgin Galactic. I'd love to see that. Is there any news that's holding or coming up with that? Nope. No real news. So this is just off of, it looks like people playing the charts and playing whatever old news there was. Alright, that's looking good. Let's see it on the 5-minute. Nothing, I mean, it is turning down a little bit. We'll keep an eye on this throughout the day too. I don't know if it's really worth selling one at that level, but we'll see. Alright. So now let's, oh snap. Oops. Let's open up the crypto charts, or not charts, but we'll open up CoinGecko, see what's going on. So Bitcoin did almost tap, or it did tap 25,000, but we are over 24,000. It's been holding that for I think a day or two. Ethereum, I did see that just under or at $2,000. So we are showing some strength in the crypto market. I don't have too much news on, well, much of anything today, but even crypto, because there's not too much that's needle moving going on. The biggest thing that I saw that I guess you could say is more like technical is that XRP has just been flipped by Cardano again. So as you can see, the market cap of XRP is 18 billion 200 and change, and Cardano is 18 billion 800 and change. So that just flips, so now Cardano is in number 6, XRP is in number 7. If we take a look at whale stats, we see that the index is back into fear a little bit, and again, this is for the Ethereum chain. I believe it's the top 100 coins, or top 100, whatever, it says it on here somewhere. Anyway, most traded token, now this was the same thing that we looked at when we saw it last week. I think we checked it on Monday. Most widely held, I know that this was different. I believe most widely held was USDC, which was telling me that more people are getting ready to buy. And then the biggest token position by dollar value is STETH. Honestly, I'm not sure what that is. Let's look at now this is what I was seeing before, is we got USDC and USDT. They're very heavily held by the whales right now, as far as big money is holding those two tokens. So in my opinion, and honestly this is why I sold some of my shares last week, and I now have about $100 in the TD Ameritrade account on hand, or I should say the Thinkorswim account on hand, because when I saw this tells me that people are kind of anticipating things to go down again, and they want that buying power. They want that safety of the stablecoin and the buying power for when things do. That's at least what I'm getting out of this. None of this on this stream is financial advice, by the way. I think everybody already knows that. So, yeah. Anyway, everything else in here, let's see. We're seeing some ApeCoin in there down at the bottom. Oh, I got a sneeze brewing. Ooh. Oh, there, okay, it went away. Chainlink's up here at 1.6%. MakerDAO, Mana, gaming token. All right, so I'm not seeing as many gaming tokens as I was before up here in the higher marks. These are tokens that I noticed that have been traded for a longer period of time and have a little bit more fundamentals under them. So this is also speaking to me assuming that people are going into things that they have more long-term confidence for. All right, let's see what's going on. Verizon's still at 45. UEC is breaking down a little bit still. All right, let's back out, see what it looks like on the hour. Yeah, still turning down. Let's go back to the 5 minute instead. It could be turning up. I don't think it's really worth me putting a sell order in. But as you can see, I have $106.01 in this account, and overall $183.71. All right, let's look at that news that we had pulled up just a second ago. Okay, so Michael Burry, who is the one who called the market collapsing back in 2008, he's basically saying that this isn't, the worst is yet to come, effectively. So even though the S&P 500 has rose, the Dow has rose, NASDAQ has rose pretty significantly over the last 12 months or however long they're comparing for, he said that people are ignoring the little things that the Fed is saying after they made their announcement for not only the FOMC meeting but also for the CPI. So he said that people are ignoring, where is it? Let me see if I can see it. Reserve probably less aggressive. Yeah, so right now inflation is at the highest in the last 40 years. So I haven't seen low inflation, it sounds like. So here it is. So August 10th, Minneapolis Federal Reserve Bank President Neil Kashkari told Aspen Ideas Conference on August 10th that the central bank is far, far away from declaring victory and still sees that need of the Fed funds rate approach 4% by the end of the year. So even though everything is looking more green, it sounds like, or it looks like what people are saying is that things are going to come down a little bit still before we see things return to what I guess quote unquote normal is going to end up becoming again. So when I go down and you scroll and you see what Michael Burry is saying here, he's also saying that people are using credit a lot more too. So instead of people really saving their money and trying to prepare for the worst, people are actually getting more and more into debt, which again, this is something that I'm trying to do myself. I'm basically just selling anything that I don't really need, and I'm cutting away any debt that I do have left so that I cannot be one of those people who is making my debt worse. So Michael Burry is saying winter is coming. He's saying that of the last, however many years that the NASDAQ, so he's saying that there has always been a pretty significant rally before there has been another pullback. So right here he says NASDAQ now up 23% off its low. Congratulations, we now have encouraged the bear market rally. Across 26 bear market rallies from 1929 to 1932 and 2000 and 2002, the average is 23%. After 2000, there were two 40% or more bear market rallies and one 50% or more before the market bottom. So what that means basically is that it went up that much before it tanked again and then finally recovered after that. So, take that for what you will. That's what, one of the smart analysts is saying. We'll see how that actually works out. All right, Tesla, we did mention this earlier. It's doing its 3-to-1 or 3-4-1 split August 24th. So basically what that means is if you have one share, you'll end up with 3 after this split happens. And in the past, this has boded well for Tesla. The last time that they did one of their splits, I think it said that they rose like 80 something percent. It was significant. We'll just say that. And another reason that this split is good is because when they can bring their share prices down from what they're at now, which is $911 a share, when they can bring that down, cut it into thirds, it'll end up being about $300 a share. So more people will be it'll be a better buy for some people who don't have accounts that they can spend, $900 on one share. So when it comes down under $300, you'll probably have more people in the retail market buying, and 46% of all shares are held by the retail market for Tesla. Unlike a company like Alphabet, which is only 14% of their shares are held by the retail market. So back in August 2020, shares rose an incredible 81% from the announcement of the shares trading in the new split adjusted basis. So with the split, 81% is what they gained in Tesla the last time they did one of these. This I'm just going to briefly touch on. So half of Gen Z is seeing no point of saving until life goes back to normal. So all this is effectively saying is that Gen Z and a lot of millennials are not really saving their money. So instead of making their money, putting it into the bank, saving for retirement, things like that, they're investing themselves, they're putting their money into opening a business, they're learning new hobbies, they're traveling, they're trying new foods, they're spending. So hopefully this means that you're not going back into debt. But what this is saying is that right now the norm is becoming people investing into themselves with the money that they make rather than putting it away for retirement. Now, as you get up into the baby boomers and into whoever is, above them or older than them, you will notice that they are saving more and more for retirement, but that is because they are closer to it. So since COVID has hit and people don't really know what the normal is going to be, people are really just going for experience now and taking a lot of Hail Mary shots. That's what this article is more or less saying. So on to the next one. I'll just briefly touch on it. I don't know much about this coin, but there wasn't much that I saw going on as far as headlines for crypto that I could bring up besides this right here, which is Acela's stable coin falls 99% after hacker issues 1.3 billion tokens. So I believe this was on the Polkadot network. So I didn't really read into this. I don't know much about this, but I figure it's at least good enough to bring up to let you guys know this is something to look into. Whenever you see 1.3 billion tokens or billion dollars in tokens being given back, billion tokens, 99% falls, you might want to look, see what's going on with that. Not necessarily ecosystem, but maybe that coin, see what the fault was and where there could be similar faults elsewhere. So that's all I got for the news right now. Let's go look back at the charts. Take a look at Virgin Galactic first. We're on the 30-minute. Let's go into the minute. All right, so this could be setting up for maybe a W or a double bottom. Let's look at the day. All right, we're starting to turn up from the day. Now, what I really want to see it do is catch up to the 120-day moving average and be over what I bought in at, which is like $8.10. But I think right there is where we'll be back at like an average price for this over the last year or so. Once I see that and we start increasing from there, then I'll feel a little more comfortable that we're in a more bull market, because this is a much, much more risky security. This is Virgin Galactic Holdings. Biggest reason that I'm even still holding it is because it's Richard Branson's company. All right, let's see. Verizon. All right, we are now in the green for Verizon. Let's see if it looks like we're going to continue in the green. Kuma. Thank you, boy. Good boy. All right, that was my pup. He scratches a bed that can't be fluffed. All right, so it looks like we might have crossed into the green. Let's back it out. Let's look at the day. All right, we are still $10-ish off of what I am waiting to see. But as you can see right here, it looks like on the 11th, so on Thursday, it hit that cross on the MACD on the day chart that we could be going back into the green. Now, we do want to see the volume come up a little bit more than this. We want it to be probably in the 20 millions. But this is definitely good. This is why I bought it last week. I was telling myself I was only going to hold it for a week because I thought we would meet that gap in a week, but this could be creating a little bit of a channel, or it could be even a double bottom, and then we could be coming back up. But this is what I'm holding it for. I'm going to keep holding on to Verizon. I like that cross there. Let's zoom in a little bit more. We'll go into the hour. Yeah, so we haven't hit it yet on the hour, but I think we will soon. It's looking more positive there too. All right, so those are good signs. I think we're going to make some money on Verizon. Okay. So QQQ is now at 330. This is just a good general marker for the market. Like if we were watching the FOMC meeting or the CPI meeting, if you look back at those and track that with the day, you'll see that that's when these things started skyrocketing. So this is something that's kind of telling us that the market is still seeing positive sentiment. On the 1 minute, it does look like the cross is down, so maybe we're breaking it. Let's see on the day. All right, we're closing in on the day, turning down on the RSI a little bit, losing a little bit of volume. As you can see here, the volume was pretty strong. FOMC meeting was about there, and then we had CPI about here, so volume is actually decreasing a bit. I'm kind of starting to lean toward the side of people saying that the market's looking a little bit weaker. I mean, we'll really find out in the next couple or few weeks, especially as the quarter comes to, we get into the second part of the quarter. We'll start to see what more sentiment is looking like. But right now, I'm starting to see that things are turned up from the CPI news, but they're not as strong as they used to be still. Let's see, let's look at the hour. Yeah, so you can see volume is still pretty low compared to where it used to be. We have a couple of big pumps. I don't know. I think it's been a good decision to get a little bit of cash on hand. Here we go, UEC is broken down under that line. Let's see what it's looking like on the day. Yep, we're about to hit that cross too. I don't think I want to sell any more UEC though. For the sole purpose of I have 8 shares right now at 320. We might hit lower, but if I'm going to sell anything, I'll be more confident if I sell it closer to the 350s. More so because I'm not 100% confident that this is going to totally break down yet. We'll check in on Wednesday. If Wednesday it's looking a little weaker, we'll see. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Oh, I forgot to turn on my background music today. That's okay. All right, space is breaking down a little bit too. Again, I'm okay with holding this at 810. I've been holding this for this long. I'm not going to sell at a loss. So if this does even start breaking down into the sixes again, I'm okay with holding it because I've invested in this because of Richard Branson. That's pretty much the main purpose for that. So all that being said, I'm curious, what are you doing right now in the market? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to be putting more into cash? Are you selling some of your shares, or are you buying into the strength that we see going on now? And definitely let me know if you're going to be buying into Tesla. Curious about that. And this right here is Webull. If you want to use Webull, I have a link down below. I believe you can get some shares if you do that. Here is Thinkorswim. This is what I use primarily. Oh, and then one of the other indicators I do want to look at real quick is the general markets on Webull. Okay, so when we looked at this on Friday, everything was looking green, which usually whenever I look on Fridays, things are more red because people don't want to hold their shares over the weekend. But it was looking pretty green on Friday, so I was sort of surprised by that, but it's looking red on Monday. And believe it or not, I was taking a shower and I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'm wondering if Monday is going to look green because of how, or look red because of how green Friday was looking. So it's interesting to see this right now. We got automobiles right now at the top, healthcare beneath that, and then electric utilities. But this is something to keep an eye on. This is why I like using Webull, also because they have this simple layout here. So you can see everything right now in North America is all in the red. Doesn't look, I mean, this could just be temporary, so we're only in the first 20 some odd minutes of the market. Let's come back here. All right, Workhorse looks like it's breaking down from its top today of 444. I'm not going to buy back into that, at least not right now. If I do, I'll wait for it to go back into the threes. I would love to be able to buy some Tesla. That's kind of why I'm working these accounts. I want to be able to grow these accounts to be able to start trading things like Tesla and Apple, the bigger securities and the bigger stocks that people are typically trading. And I want to do some options as well. I'll get into that later on in this channel. Let's see, let's look at Verizon again. I just want to bring it into the minute real quick. All right, cool. Okay, if you've learned anything today, if this has been helpful, give me a quick like. If you're not subscribed, do that also. I would really appreciate it. It helps this message get pushed out to everybody, helps all these videos get pushed out. This channel is based around me trying to show my journey as I'm going through it, and to put out videos on tips and tricks of what I'm doing as I go through them. Basically the things that people don't tell you that they're really doing behind the scenes because they want it to look like it's glorified. It's not. There's a lot that goes on. So stay strong, keep trading, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.